Hello, I just butchered this intro. Hello, welcome to CJM. I'm your host Chris. These are my co-hosts Jeff and Mike.
What up?
Yo, guys.
Yeah, we have. Uh,
The fuck?
okay.
Oops. We got
What?
interruptions.
Oops.
What's that? Was that your mom?
Yeah, that was my mom.
Oh.
Then realized we just started recording.
Whoops.
Uh, yeah. I'm still living with my folks. Nothing wrong with that.
Sure. That's all good.
Yeah. Alright. So welcome to the show, everybody. News seems to be light this week.
Kind of light, but
Yep.
there were some things that did happen which were kind of interesting for me.
The only one I found is something to do with Crash Bandicoot.
Yep. It's coming out this year.
It is?
Yeah, in October, I think.
Is it a game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, it's called Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. Looks like Wrath of Cortex is pretty much out of the table.
Interesting.
Yeah. Going for another for a different continuity, like, so we don't get the Crash the Titans arc that exists,
Interesting.
where Crash has some stupid tattoos.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's about damn time.
Yeah.
You're a fan of Crash Bandicoot games.
I haven't played Crash in a while, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been years.
I think. Go on, Chris.
I played the original. Well, I have never played 2. I've only played 1, 3, Crash Team Racing, and the party game Crash Bash. Yeah, and I have Wrath of Cortex. Everything after that, nothing.
I have played Crash Bandicoot 3 only because of that damn sister, and she was cool. I never beat it though, because I only beat one level. I have Crash Team Racing, which was fun, but I got freaked out when I saw giant spiders in there, so I couldn't finish it. And I also played Crash Bash for like a hot second before I just completely.
You cut out right there. What?
Oops.
Oh, did I play Crash Bandicoot games?
Okay, you already said something. It was just like some word just got cut out.
Oh, I said, for the last part, I just said I played the last Crash Bandicoot game I played was Crash Bash, but I completely forget about it, and I just forgot I had the damn thing and called it a day. That was the last one I played.
Yeah.
I still need to get the Insane trilogy. So play the old classic game again, but remade.
Which was also on PlayStation and
yeah.
Wait. It never did. I mean, you could play it on PS2, but it was never really like another game of that. It's only PlayStation per se.
It was exclusively PlayStation until Wrath of Cortex,
which was a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah, it was by Traveler's Tales. Because Sony did not own the IP; it was Universal.
Wow.
Yeah, and then that was sold off to Activision.
Oh, Activision.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and the only Crash game and the last Crash game before Insane Trilogy was Mind Over Mutants, I believe, and that was like 2008.
Oh man, that was like 20.
So there was like a 9-year gap of Crash games.
Yeah.
So that's insane.
Yeah, it happens after a while.
Yeah, you see like a whole drought of a franchise that basically kind of died, but now is resurrected.
A lot of
Yeah, that happens.
games.
It could happen like Metroid a little bit. It was
Metroid.
like dead for a period, and then brought back, and now it's who knows what to do with it.
No, wait, Metroid, the chick with the blonde hair that
Yeah.
looks like a dude.
Yep.
Ah,
Samus.
They're supposed to make a fourth game in the Prime series,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to be coming out for the Switch.
of course, because it's Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Mhm.
I just need to replay the Prime trilogy, which is on the Wii. Unless they're coming out with a remaster for it on the Switch.
Yeah, they could eventually.
I mean, if they remaster it for the Switch, then I will spend my money to get it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Crash. It's coming back.
Yeah. It's back with the vengeance.
Okay. Speaking of coming back, another thing I'm gonna say for news, and this is only for me because it was very cool finding out this was gonna happen. Apparently, a classic book series is going to be turned into a movie after a long time, and it's Animorphs.
Okay, I've heard that.
Yes.
And Animorphs was one of my favorite books growing up, and it actually got me into reading. And it's a big, big thing with my childhood up until it went from like 1994 to like 2001, and I was like 16 when it ended, and it was very wild how all the characters came full circle, and how in the end of the book series, spoiler alert for a 20 book series, like for a 20-year, like a 15 or 20-year book series, uh it's not the most happiest of ending,
Oh
sadly.
damn.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
So,
Sadly.
So expect
Yeah.
the worst.
Well, they might change the ending if it's successful.
Yeah, if it's popular, they may tweak it a bit.
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
Yes. But pretty much the synopsis: 5 teenagers who are like in middle school wind up going to a dumpster one night when they see a flying ship hit the ground, and they go see it, and then they meet an injured Andalite, and he gives them the power to morph after telling them that Earth is being invaded by Yerks, slug-like creatures that can enter your ear canal and take control of you for 3 days. It's a big thing.
Damn.
And any animal they touch, they get the power to morph due to a blue cube, and any animal they touch, they have to acquire the DNA by touching it, and they can only stay in form of the animal for 2 hours. After that, if they're unable to transform back before the initial time, they will wind up trapped forever in that form. It's pretty dark and scary, but also entertaining because it's 5 teenagers and later another character who is Elfangor's little brother Aximil, Axe for short, and they form this little militia, and they gain some allies in a complete 54 book series that lasted 6 years. So
54 books.
yeah,
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah, plus
Sounds right.
plus 4 specials and four special books called Megamorphs that took place in between the series. Um, 1 and 2 other POV books about uh Elfangor story and Visor 1 story, the Visor story, and I think one for the Hork-Bajir too. And then and also another POV about the Illimist. And then and there's also 2 books where you are the main character and can turn and help out the Animorphs, but it's like make your adventure book, and
I
it's
was
scary.
about to say a choose your own
It's scary.
adventure.
I avoided those because as much as I wanted to, I had my own POV how I wanted to be an Animorph when I was a kid. But it didn't revolve around me turning into a hyena and like fighting Visor 3 and then getting butchered like a bitch.
Oops.
It was a thing. It was
That's kind of in my head.
Well, what I do know about Animorphs, I know there was like a TV show with Iceman in it.
yeah.
Oh, you're right.
1999. It lasted 2 seasons, and actually, it was a Canadian show, which I recently found out.
Oh, of course, it's cheap to do it in Canada.
Yeah, all of
True.
them are Canadian. Hey, how's it going?
Yay.
How's it going?
I'm not
That
even
was a-
doing a stereotypical Canadian accent.
And I know that
Yeah,
was
I'm terrible at it.
me, and I'm sorry.
I've been to Canada once.
Not me. I've never been to Canada.
I've never been to Canada either.
Yeah, I've only
I
been to Toronto. It's typical
the
tourist.
only thing I am aware about Canada is that they have some of the good singers, or at least iconic people like Avril Lavigne, Alanis Morissette, and I think some
Nickelback.
actors too. Hmm?
Oh, nothing.
Fuck, what'd you say?
Liv
Nothing.
Shatner, Dan Aykroyd,
Yeah, all of those.
all the good actors are.
Yeah,
A
from
lot of good
Canada.
actors are from Canada.
Yep. But yeah, Animorphs. I'm not actually showing any kind of hate for it. This is a big thing for me, being a fan, that it's finally getting the recognition it deserves, and for a new generation to see. Even though I guess some would say, "Oh, but they're just transform. They can just change it to animals. How are they gonna save the world or whatever?" Well, it's very interesting if you know what's going to happen and read the story. It's not even about always fighting the Yeerks. It's like discovering themselves as they're growing up in a fucking silent war, which will change them inevitably. They will fall in love with each other, get in arguments, and then they will also have changes in morality. Like the pretty one, Rachel, she's like she is Xena warrior princess, as it were, and she's like one of the major ones that go through a horrific change. Like she is very bloodthirsty by in the middle and the later the series, and it's fucking noticeable. Like damn.
Hmm.
Uh, Jake is the fearless leader. Reluctantly, Cassie's the peacekeeper and the one that always is able to give them who's knowledgeable about animals due to her family runs a farm animal shelter, I believe. Tobias is the loner dude who purposely stays in a red-tailed hawk form for reasons, which is explained in the book series. And then there's the funny one, Marco, who is also very chill with things, but he has his own reasons for fighting later down the line. And then there's Aximil or Axe, who is the little brother of Alfangor, and he is like he's like an alien in a weird planet of humans, and he gets very obsessed with food, especially cinema buns. And when he tastes food, he does very peculiar things in his human form. When he ever eats something, he just makes the sound and noises of a mouth like Asmar, like cookies,
Put
cookies.
that cookie down now.
The cookies, the
He,
cookies.
he is a big fan of food, and you need to stay out of his way
So he's a
because
foodie.
yes, because when he first gains a human form, he kind of goes berserk with eating a lot of food, and his friends were like had to calm his ass down, and it was like kind of like it was like a meltdown because he's never tasted anything. Because Andalites do not have mouths; they speak they speak through telepathy.
How do they breathe?
They have noses. They have these weird noses, and they have two hearts.
How do they? Oh, never mind. They eat. How do they eat?
They actually were able to get to crush the nutrients of the ground like grass, and it just goes through their hooves, and that's how they're able to eat and drink. It's through their hooves,
So their feet or their mouths?
something like that. But it looks like a regular hoof though. It's like a typical it's like a they're just transferring it.
Oh, God.
It's very interesting, and I wonder. I am curious how they're gonna who's gonna play the characters, and if they're gonna get. And they might tweak the ages because when the first book is first when it's first started, Jake is the first character in the series to be the POV character, and it's called the Invasion. And apparently, they were all 13 years old when this war started.
Mhm.
And by the end of the war, the final, like in the end of the war, they were 16. And then in the epilogue of it, they are in their early 20s.
Okay.
Maybe I should call this the Animorphs episode.
Animorph
I'm
time.
sorry I took off too much time, so I'm sorry.
No, that's good. We need some. There's not much. I just want to talk about
Well,
briefly
then again, we don't
DBZ
really have
Super.
we don't have a lot of stuff this week. So,
Yeah.
So I guess this fills up some time.
It does.
True. I mean, yeah.
But with Animorphs, I am very happy, and being a big fan, it's going to be awesome. I believe who got the director for. I believe that he'll try to bring it justice, because I know they're not supposed to be exactly like the books. They have to make changes,
Yeah.
especially with the time frame, because the book series came out in the mid '90s, and I got a lot of references to '90s shit, especially when it came to the 2000s. And I know they have to change certain things.
Yeah.
They'll probably have fucking smartphones.
True.
But
No more dial-up.
yes, no dial-up. Yeah, it's just Wi-Fi.
Dial-up or
Probably
broadband.
memes.
Memes.
Yes,
The
and
memes.
the most important thing I find is that you do not need to make it so diverse, because there's already a diverse in the characters. Even though there were like there's like three Caucasian people, the other cast are minorities. They are like, one's black, the other's Latino, and the other one, Axe, he's an androgynous dude who absorbed their DNA to gain his human.
Interesting.
So they got fucking diversity right there. There's no need to change it to make Cassie white and Rachel black. You don't need that shit. Got the perfect balance. There's already a perfect balance. That's awesome. I will be pissed off though if they change some of the personalities. That's all I'll be pissed off about.
As long as they get the characters right. Even though I'd never read it, I guess that since I would be an outsider, they would have to give me a good idea what it is.
Yeah.
They'll probably, they're not gonna. They won't probably go full deep into like the major big shit of the series, because it's the beginning of the piece. So they'll probably adapt like books 1 to 5 or 6, maybe. But that's my opinion. I have no clue. That's just my.
Aren't they like short books?
They're chapter books.
I think it's shorter than books.
They were like short chapter books, like kind of serialized through there.
Yeah, they're like Goosebumps length level.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, it took me a minute to finish them, but I probably finished it with 2 weeks.
Yeah, those like the Goosebumps books I used to read. I could read them in a day.
You're lucky. I mean, for me, it took me a minute because I wanted to absorb all the information and.
I mean, I think in theory I could. I don't think I ever did that. I think maybe once. Did I ever do that? Mainly, I think I read it like a couple days, maybe.
Yeah, I can feel that. But then kind of scholastic
books back. Depending on when it was, like it was summer.
Yeah, especially if you're just breezing through it, like, oh, I got nothing. I'll read this book, but but yes, fun story. I mean, fun fact: Scholastic Books used to have a book fair, which was a big thing in the '90s for kids.
Yeah,
and I've been to them.
Cool. I'm glad it still kind of exists. That's how I discovered Animorphs, and I decided to read it one day because I decided like, I'm totally bored, so I'll just grab this random book. And I got the second book, the Encounter. I think it's called the Visitor. I think it's called. But it had Rachel, and she's the blonde girl and everything. She's pretty. And then I decided, I'm kind of going out of order. So I told my mom I love this series, and she decided to get me these books because she was very happy I got into this reading through Animorphs, because she was afraid I was watching too much TV and playing too much games at the time. So this was pretty much a godsend for her. So she didn't mind like buying me Animorphs books. And the thing is, the books came out like every couple of months, I think, or every couple of months.
Didn't they like switch writers like every other book?
They did use Ghost Riders at some points of the series, yes, because K.A. Applegate did not write all the books.
Yeah.
They got Ghost Riders to do it.
Yeah, which makes sense. It makes it go fast.
It does, but pretty much, it was very consistent with the characters. All you wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known K.A. writing. She had overall view. I think she had an overall general.
Like she had this like huge story Bible or something to give to the other
Likely?
writers.
Yeah, and they pretty much adapt to her writing style, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, another interesting thing about this series is that yes, even though it's like for kids, there is some romance that's built up in the series, like between Jake and Cassie and Rachel and Tobias. It's interesting how that develops because I won't spoil it, but it's very entertaining how to see the characters trying to go about their ways of being friends and then trying to realize I actually have feelings for you, which is pretty much revealed at times because you might hear Jake say something in his head about Cassie, or Cassie says like she has this thing for Jake, but she doesn't want to do anything because it'll ruin their friendship and everything. And yet in the quiet or dire moments, if someone's like got really hurt, like they would just like kind of drop everything for one another if they felt like something was going to happen to one another. But this is like in the beginning and middle of the series before some of them got too hardened, and the war went on far too long and shit just starts happening, which is actually holds the meaning of also growing up. Like for Jake, he kind of gets the bad shit. He kind of gets the worst end of the war with the Yerks and everything because it's very sad. His brother is his main goal to try to free from being controlled, and it's very, very interesting.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a connection between Scholastic Books that Goosebumps is also published by them too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I never read a Goosebumps books because I was too scared of them as a kid, and I was afraid of cats. I couldn't deal with the scary the haunted mask shit. That was totally creepy.
Yeah.
The haunted mask, one of the popular ones.
A popular one next to Slappy.
Slappy.
Oh fuck!
Knock off Chucky, basically.
Yep. It was a smart aleck.
I used to have the original Goosebumps books, like all of them. But not like Goosebumps 3000, which was like the shorter spin-off series.
Wasn't there another spin-off series about some kids get trapped in that damn horror park or whatever?
Yeah, I think so. And then they had like a bunch of Goosebumps like spin-offs and I think he's bringing it back, or no, to like republish it.
R.L. Stein is? Wow.
Yeah. Because I know he does other series which are more for like teenagers. Fear Street series. Which was still alright.
Do you think it's lost its luster because it's like Goosebumps and it's not so scary anymore?
I think they're supposed to be not so scary, but they're supposed to like, trip you out of bed and like question, because obviously there's always that twist ending.
Depending. I think there was like only 2 books that gave a kind of happy ending for the characters.
Yeah, and oftentimes the twist ending is, oh no, there's a ghost here or something.
Oh, I'm the ghost.
I was dead all along.
Yeah.
That's Shyamalan twist.
Or I was the vampire.
I remember like there was like one episode where like there's a bunch of kids afraid of their teacher because their teacher's a monster, and then when they invited him over to have dinner with the family, they ate the teacher.
Yeah, they're vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that twist.
And then there was like another episode where there was like a camp, like. Yeah. And they were getting chased by some werewolf or something, and then at the end they were like, "Okay, we got through this shit. Let's go to Earth," because they were on the planet.
I remember that episode.
Yeah, Earth. It's like
crazy. It was a 2-parter.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a Twilight Zone inspired episode, basically. Or both.
That we were on an alien planet with these random kids.
Who are all Canadian, by the way.
Yeah, it's true.
I found out that Hayden Christensen was on the show.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Along with that dude from The Notebook. He's also had a
What, Ryan Gosling was in
Yeah, he was. He played a
Holy
yeah.
Yeah, before he got big, yes.
Yep, he was a Canadian. Yep, he was in that show, and I think the Young Adventures of Hercules.
Oh yeah. It wasn't that Hercules series like a prequel to the one with what's his name?
Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah.
Yes, it
I
was.
think it was. Yes.
Yep. It was very good too. It was kind of. I mean, it was kind of it was kind of dumb, but it was okay.
Yeah, true.
Well, I mean, it was short lived though.
Yeah, true.
Because I heard it was actually a good show.
Well, I guess if you knew when to watch it, 'cause it came on odd times for me.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But Animorphs fun. I'm all for it. I'll keep you updated with any Animorph shit, and it's making me realize, I probably should just get one of my books and read again.
I'm
and
wondering because it's getting a movie. I wonder if Scholastic is gonna do some reprints of the books.
They probably will. They've done some reprints throughout the years. But I prefer the regular covers where if you flip through the book, you can see them transform into the animal.
Yeah, like that kind of effect where just like that morph effect that you see on Photoshop or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A flip book, I think. Let's go. Well, whatever. It was so fun. If you're wondering who my favorite character was, I don't know. I loved all of them because they were like, oh my god, I kind of grew up with them. I kind of get what they're dealing with, but technically, chronologically, they are like a year or two older than me. Or they're kind of like a couple years older than me because going by the year of like 1994, I was like 9 or 10, and they were already in middle school, so they're like 3 years older than me.
Sure.
So it's very interesting to see. And fun fact, around 1999, my mom got me this cool Animorphs calendar, and then when it hit 2000, all the characters were together, and they were just talking about what 2000 is going to bring and will they be able to defeat the war, and I was totally all that shit. And I think they used real life people for the characters on the covers.
Like oh yeah, like they have their own model for like the
Yeah.
And I was such an Animorphs fan. I actually had a keychain and a notebook, and I was that nerd that met Animorphs in middle school. And I'll say, next to the Fantastic Four, Animorphs got me through some rough times in the middle school.
Yeah. That's
Not to make this turn into a dark moment, but yeah.
True.
But I love Animorphs, and I'm very happy for this shit, and I'm very excited.
It's gonna be interesting to see how they pull this off.
Yeah, very. I'll be that old man that will go see that shit in theaters.
It's like that one guy in his 20s going to see the latest Toy Story.
Yeah.
Like, don't ruin my childhood for me.
So technically, Animorphs is my childhood. Damn it! You wouldn't have made this for like someone in their 30s who grew up in the shit. So shut the fuck up, and take my money. I'm all for it.
Take my money now, like that Fry kid.
Yeah, Fry.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking.
Well, that's my news. That's my big Animorphs fans. So
yeah, that's good.
Do we have anything else to discuss, like news wise?
Ian Home passed.
Yeah. Bilbo Baggins passed away.
And Ash from Alien.
Yeah, Alien. Yeah, the first android.
Yeah. I also discovered he was Chef Skinner in Ratatouille.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I never saw that movie.
The movie with the rat that was a cook.
Yeah, I only know about it. I never watched it. Yeah, big noses. The big noses freak me out.
He was one of the chefs that was pretty much trying to kill the rat.
Oh
Oh
no!
yeah. Oh, he's bad guy.
Oh man, no! He's cool. He makes a nice food even though he's a rat.
Well, he's trying. Okay, not trying to kill the rat, but he's trying to close down the
Okay,
restaurant
okay.
because he knew. Oh my god, a rat's cooking! I gotta expose it.
Yeah, no, okay, I know who the character is now.
Yeah,
Go.
he's like the short guy with the pencil stash.
Yeah, one of my favorite character in that is the food critic who just like looks all scary.
Anton Ego.
Yeah,
Yeah,
looks all scary. Then he comes in,
yeah,
and then he actually tastes some food, and then you see like, okay, he is a human being.
yeah. He's like the harsh one. I know the meme where look here's a kid he's a kid and he's playing this like or eating something up like some old franchise and that look a new one and he's like oh my god you know what I'm talking about
Yeah.
yeah there's a meme of that character
Yeah, okay.
yeah
Yeah,
speaking of
but
memes
yeah,
speaking of
sort of
memes
like.
sorry oh my god we're cutting each other off
Sorry.
You guys got that synergy, bro.
Synergy.
Yeah, mind meld a little bit.
Yeah.
I was about to say something like, what? I'm surprised we didn't post memes of Animorphs.
I will for this instance. I'll try to find a meme.
Because I know the Animorphs memes where like there's like someone that turns into a toilet.
That is so disappointing and sad.
And then now we went from like Animorphs to Ian Holm and then Ratatouille and then back to Animorphs with memes.
Well, technically, okay. Here's another interesting.
They're related.
Michael and Chris.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yes. Deal.
It's gonna take place a year after the Spider-Man game, and there's more to Peter Parker's story through that game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and apparently it takes place strictly in Harlem. I think.
Interesting.
Harlem.
Yep. Harlem.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be a full story arc like Uncharted. It's gonna be that long, I guess.
Lost Legacy, which I guess was like a spin-off game. Like
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I don't know if it was a DLC because I think it was something. I don't know. My brain's a little effy.
It's kind of like Borderline DLC and new story or new game plus, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah. But it should be good, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, it's gonna be awesome, but I'm not gonna play it because apparently the PS5 is gonna cost if for the digital one, strictly one, it's gonna be $3.99.
Yep.
And for the physical media one, $4.99.
Yes. So it's still gonna be expensive.
Fuck off.
You're really desperate. You really want to know. Pre-ordering is the expensive one.
I'm not doing that shit.
Pre-order is $700.
Yeah. Pre-order.
Especially if you live in Australia.
I wouldn't even want to pre-order that shit.
Yeah.
Just wait for it.
Usually pre-order is kind of same price as like when you try to buy it on launch, but holy fuck, man.
Apparently, it's not. Oh god.
You're welcome.
Okay, guys, keep talking. I'm gonna post this.
Okay.
If it's
Oh, look at Nicholas Cage. Cage form.
Yeah. But Miles Morales' Spider-Man game is going to be on the PS5 strictly. And I think around that time or a month before too, the Xbox or whatever is supposed to come out. I believe. That's probably going to be like the same price, like $4.99 or whatever.
Yeah, it's going to be price.
Actually, I talked to Chris about the PS5 and waiting in last week's episode, so I don't want to try to retread that much.
Yeah. You all
See,
got a breathe on it.
yeah, but
It's gonna be a little pricey.
yeah, as much I said it before and I'll say it again. I just got this PS4 Pro last year, and it's like my second one. I went. This is my second and current one, and I have no reason to get a PS5. When I mentioned it to mom in passing, she practically said, "Do you really need another one?" I said, "I know. I'm actually gonna hold on and wait a couple of years, sadly.
All right.
Not sadly, but
All right.
yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, but here it is.
Yay!
Yeah, Nicolas Cage turning into a cage.
Yes, the Animorphs, the invasion, the first book with the
I
cage.
knew he was an Animorph.
Yes.
Look
Found out
at
Fangle.
his expression when he was moving.
If I'm gonna reference Smashing Pumpkins, he's just Nicolas Cage in a cage, or in a cage, or he's just another rat in a cage,
Yes.
Yeah.
despite all of his rage.
Yes.
Oh, good.
I'll do one more. That's as far. I'll do one.
Oh, there's another one.
There's a plenty of names to go.
It's like a whole bunch of
All right, bring out your favorites so I could just post it on screen.
Oh god.
Yeah.
This is so stupid.
This is a terrible one.
This is so. People have far too much time on their hands to make memes on my precious Animorphs.
This is a terrible one. Oh god. That's another one.
Ice
So-
Cube.
So no. Oh
Alright.
god.
More memes are coming.
Yes. You're welcome,
Oh,
people.
Oh, this is bad.
Okay.
Ice. Oh.
Okay, I love that one. Okay.
That's worse.
It is.
Okay, so I'm not doing this in post. I'm doing this live. So here's Ice Cube turning into an actual ice cube. So enjoy that. And then okay, I'm gonna be really slow, so you guys keep talking.
Okay. But yeah, the Miles Morales thing. PS4 Pro. I'm not getting a PS5 for at least 2 years at best. I'm gonna hold out because it's probably gonna be kind of jaggedy because that usually happens.
Yeah.
Systems.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So no PS5 for me, and I actually some people who also like this shit, and they pretty much said they're gonna wait. They're gonna wait it out too. I mean, besides, the PS5 doesn't have that many intriguing games yet.
Not yet.
Not at the moment.
Yeah, it's gonna be a minute before anything big comes out, except for and I suspect, if it goes as planned, as a suspicion, the second episode of Final Fantasy VII probably be on PS5 and PS4.
Right now, I'm showing off the Morgana van thing.
Yay! No more memes for me. That's as far as I got.
I'm gonna show off the rest, and then we'll keep moving on.
Okay.
Oh wait, I didn't save the Hank Hill one. Shit.
Propane.
Yeah. So no PS5 for me this year. I don't any big systems. This has been a fucky year. I know it's been a bad year for all of us. And I know half of anyone who will get a PS5 will be like kind of funny games. IGN, anyone that's a gamer, they're gonna get the cash and buy it. But I think that you should wait.
Just getting it for review purposes.
Getting it for review purposes, but there's only so much you can do. A new system anyway.
True.
So much you can do.
Okay.
And for me, it doesn't have no JRPGs right now.
Weeb.
So I need to know its specs and what you can and can't do.
Okay. Sorry to cut you off, but here's Hank Hill bringing in the propane.
Yep, the propane.
God damn it, Bobby.
damn it, Bobby.
Dang it, Bobby. This is
That was good,
how you do your memes.
FYI, I did not. I only watched King of the Hill when I was younger for like maybe a year and a half, and then I got.
How did I not save that Quagmire?
I'm sure, Chris. How did you not see it?
I thought I saved it. What the fuck, man?
And a Quagmire is a toilet. Here you go.
And a sexual predator.
That's
Of course.
Giggity goo.
I mean, one big episode I know that. You know what? It's not showing up. Fuck it. Okay, the meme is Quagmire turning into a fucking toilet. Okay, I'm trying to upload it, but it's not showing up for some fucking reason.
Frustrated.
So
yeah.
I apologize for not showing it.
It's fine.
Not good. Just search Animorphs memes, you'll see it.
Yeah, seriously, you'll find it eventually.
There's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, PS5 not for me right now. I'll hold off.
Yeah.
I'm holding off.
Same here.
And I also got a Switch too this year, so fuck. Clearly, no.
Yeah, you don't need it right now.
Just get a Switch. Just get a Switch, everybody.
Just get a Switch.
Especially if you're someone who's traveling a lot and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, seriously.
And you're in a waiting room and you're just like, okay, I'll just grab the thing, unless you're playing on your phone, which why would you?
True.
Well, technically, I have one phone game I do like playing, and that's Fate Grand Order.
That's true. Some mobile games are good and they're kind of relaxing for that few minutes you're doing stuff.
Yeah.
And
I try to keep up with it daily sometimes if I remember. That Pokemon game, oh fuck no. I do not keep up with it as I should.
Masters?
Yeah, I have not.
I suck at it, but I've been practicing battles, so hopefully I get better.
You do like that, but you're doing good on your playthrough of that foresty game thing, the camp.
Oh, yeah, Animal Crossing.
Yeah, Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I mean that game's easy for the most part. It's not that hard to figure out.
How are you able to record that?
Oh, just screen recording from the phone or the tablet.
I wonder if I can do that.
Yeah, I figured this out finally last year. I just looked it up. Like, oh, you can do that shit. I'm a dumbass.
Excuse me.
Because I didn't realize, just look it up and just never hurt anybody. You can do it from your phone or tablet. I'm pretty sure. I mean, there are other methods to do it, like apps that record for you, but you can just do it regularly.
Watch for that.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that I am such an idiot that I do not know how to take a screenshot on my own phone.
It's easy. You just got to hold down the two buttons.
Yeah.
What two?
Yeah, Maria taught me that.
What two buttons? I have a Samsung.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to hold down the two buttons, like one on the right and one on the left.
Yeah, the home button, or depending on where your button down, like shuts it off. Get that one. Yeah.
Oh, I think we would have talked stuff. Yeah, I think we'll talk about this one.
But yeah.
I am an inept moron when it comes to this shit.
With cell phone technology, you know that shit.
Don't worry, it took a bit of time for me to figure it out.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as you know what you're doing later, that's good.
True.
Any other news?
Oh shit. Any more news, Mike? Any more news?
Well, there was a little DBZ Super manga news. And Vegeta finally learns his new technique, which battling against the Moro, who was the, I guess, villain after the Tournament of Power Heart. Quote unquote, I jokingly refer to him as Galactus, and once that he's planet, he absorbs energy, and he's been kicking ass. But Vegeta seemingly is going to be, or at least he's going to be more of the hero in this arc than Goku, because he has a technique that counters Moro's absorption. But being as DBZ manga fans, he still isn't done yet because he has another phase. So round 2 is basically gonna happen
against Moro.
Yep, Moro, and of course they reemphasize the point why Vegeta wants to kill Moro, which I think I said
You did say something on it, yeah.
Yeah, basically it is him more or less trying to once again like redeem himself because of his fear of going to basically when he dies spend eternal life in hell, which is once again Piccolo references that in the Boo arc and stuff, and Vegeta's motivations are still fighting to redeem himself and a prove that he has changed.
No, Vegeta has done that. Has most the most big change.
Even though Vegeta can still be an asshole, he's a good asshole, basically.
And a good father.
Yeah, a good father. Yeah, he's definitely good. And stuff. So that was the big like DBZ Super News this week. Also, my sister watched the Death Note movie on Netflix.
She watched the what?
She watched the Death Note movie on Netflix this week.
The American one?
Yes. And I was like, and she's like, oh my god.
What they do to Light?
Something. I think she's amused by it.
Cool.
And stuff, and yeah, just talk to her about it. Say, yeah, the animation's better, but yeah, this is something.
The adoption of Death Note was interesting at the time because all the anime fans hated it. I actually had I did have gripes about it, but I didn't like threaten the director. That's just going
yeah.
I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it in hindsight. Like after a minute, I thought about it was actually pretty good. It did have a beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
It didn't. I mean, it had this way of ending it like, huh, okay.
The best part about that was Ryuk by Willem Dafoe. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You humans, you're so interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
just emulating his old Green Goblin voice.
Yes. And the fact that what's her name, Misa or whatever.
Yeah. In the movie, it's Mia.
Mia. Yeah. She's just a fuck. She's a fuck girl.
I don't even know how I remember her name, to be honest.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, God.
True, dude. How the fuck do you remember?
I don't know. I remember the most like useless shit.
True.
I didn't like L though.
Oh well.
They kind of ruined L for me.
He was good. L was good until a certain point where he started using the Blade Runner gun.
Oh god, that's right.
No, seriously, that gun he was using as well as Watery, is that his name?
Yeah.
Watery. Their fucking gun looked like the one they used in Blade Runner. That's what their guns look like. The one from Blade Runner.
Yeah. You're right.
So I can't believe you watched that film and then probably found it amusing.
If she was amused, and she asked for like more, I guess, quote unquote, horror recommendations, so I recommended her some stuff.
She knows about Halloween and all that shit.
Oh yeah, she's
Evil Dead.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, the
I
house.
recommended to her. I recommended the film that Jeff saw. They Live.
Oh God, yes, yes.
That to her because I don't know if she's seen that.
But the stuff, the thing.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I still actually gotta watch The Thing then.
It's a good movie. Remake's
Oh,
good.
John Carpenter's The Fog. I highly recommend.
Oh yeah.
I still need to watch The Thing.
It's a good
Mm.
movie.
Yeah, John Carpenter's The Thing, because
Yeah.
the only movies I've seen of John Carpenter are obviously Halloween, but also Big Trouble in Little China and Escape from New York. Those are like pretty much the only John Carpenter things I've watched.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay. Movies, but yeah.
now we're just quiet.
Oops. But yeah, no, John Carpenter has some interesting films.
Hello?
Nope, you're back.
Oh fuck! I don't know what the fuck happened.
Oh no.
It's just some. I think I froze or shit.
Oh no.
I should we just talk about what we watched this week?
That's fine.
Sure.
All right. Who goes first?
We haven't heard from you tonight, so why don't you go, Chris?
Well, for the past few days, I've been rewatching Austin Powers.
Cool.
Yeah. My sister just left this morning.
Sweet.
So, yeah, I'm gonna have to see her again during the holidays. And, yeah, we watched the first one, like, as the last movie we watched together, so, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so, what else have I watched? Earlier today, besides Spy Who Shagged Me, I watched, Bruce Lee's Fist of Fury again.
Sweet.
At first, I was watching the Riff Tracks version. But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch the movie proper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just found the actual movie and just watched it while having lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And other things I watched. I was watching Charmed while trying to organize, like for moving.
Well, yeah. Sure.
And yeah, so I'm like about 10 episodes in. Have I finished? Have I said I already finished Inuyasha?
You said it through a text message.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said it on the show, but yeah, I finished Inuyasha.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, all of it from first season to final act in preparation for the new anime.
Oh yeah.
So come out enough. What should come up?
Comes out this fall.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the last time you'll hear me talk about that. For a while.
And we were Soul Stealer.
Anime Barrage. Windscar.
Backlash right.
Yeah.
God.
Rados and Getsuhas. Okay.
Levi Clothes.
Yeah. Wind Tunnel.
Foxfire.
Another show which was pretty short. So I watched this Irish sitcom called Father Ted. That was fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's about this priest who's been designated to this isolated island with a couple other priests because he swindled money and went to Las Vegas and used that money, which was originally used for charity. Yeah, that show was funny. Yeah, some of the jokes would not fly today.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but that show was funny.
Cool.
Yeah, Mama's definitely done some of those shows.
Yeah. How I found out about the show, there was like a clip where one of the characters was trying to was doing a stereotypical Chinese dude where he used a freaking like cover of a lamp as like the hat and you know doing a kind of a racist impression and then and then he found out there was actual Chinese people looking at it. It was like, oh my god, I am so sorry. I was trying to lighten up the mood because our housekeeper was out. So they ran out, and then there in a later scene when he walks out, there was like a farmer who says, "Hello, father. I hear you're a racist now." And he's like, "What? Should we all be racist now?"
These are racist.
I was like, "Oh my god, this is fucked up and hilarious at the same time." Fucked up because of what's happening now, but.
Yeah.
But funny because like this one priest was like thought he was being thought he was just didn't think it would be that offensive, especially since inconveniently there was people he was doing an impression of just happened to be out the window, and he's on an isolated area, by the way.
Oh god.
So there was yeah.
Yeah,
he was kind of screwed.
negative.
And he's trying to like make peace with them and apologize for his fuck up.
Oops.
For his, but
it's worse.
It gets worse.
Oh god.
Especially when he actually finally makes peace with them and actually go after coming back from a pub. One priest that he was friends with had a will that like because the priest died. So in the will, when Ted got back to the house with his new Chinese friends, because they thought he was a racist and all that, they come back to his shock that there were a bunch of Nazi flags there. So the priest that Father Ted was associated with, well, turns out he was probably a Nazi.
Oh god.
Or the priest that he was friends with actually had an associate who actually was a Nazi, and the reason why they died was because they accidentally consumed cyanide.
Oh god, that's just so wrong.
That episode was fucked up.
Oh,
so his attempts to make peace with,
make sure your house is not Nazis.
And he did not know he was inheriting a bunch of Nazi memorabilia.
Oh god,
that episode was fucked, and that was like the first episode of the third season.
Oh god, it's like, hey, inheriting like Confederate like memorabilia and inviting an African American family over. It's like, oh god,
that episode was fucked. But what else?
Yeah.
I started Community, that
Sure.
show.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty funny. And what else did I start? Other than that, that was about it.
sweet.
So, what have you guys been watching?
For me, I have watched slasher fixing, and I just finished House and House 2.
Sweet.
And they are not fucking horror films. They are like just 80s.
No, they're cheesy crap films.
Actually, I did enjoy.
I mean, they're enjoyable.
I do like the second one. First one, I grew on me. Okay, but the second one, I can feel this.
Yeah, they're enjoyable, but they're not scary.
They're kind of like B movie kind of comedies.
Yeah.
Like
horror comedies. More or less, it's like dark humor, and then it's absurd.
Because the first film ends. Spoiler alert. The main character is able to get his son back after him being missing and allegedly killed, or whatever. But he was just captured by dudes his old teammate in the Vietnam War, who somehow survived off of and shit. And in the end it has this cheesy music. Like, okay, so not really horror. It's just like, okay, it's light. The only creepy thing per se is just those monster thingy, which they looked
Mm-hmm.
and I'm also trying to start not another team movie because this shit still slaps.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so fucking funny seeing Chris Evans and Jock. He's actually got good comedic chops.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Chris Evans is awesome.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
He's great.
So,
Yeah.
I'll be watching this shit again.
Yeah. He's good at comedy. He's good at being serious.
He'll be a good person to watch as we get older.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I think I'm trying to watch other Shutter films. Like I want to try to watch something called Daniel Isn't Real and something called Mayhem, and also a favorite movie of mine, the kid, something called Stay Tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. A husband and wife are sucked into a hellish TV and have to survive a gauntlet of twisted versions of TV shows they find themselves in. And it stars Jack
Oh,
Black, from Three's Company.
yeah.
This shit is totally fucking good for 1992. Awesome.
Uh-huh.
Also, what else am I watching? Oh, that's pretty much it for me. Oh, and I think I was watching Ghost Story. It's still
Ghost
Yep.
stories.
That's what I was watching. Some ghost stories and watching a little bit of Inuyasha. So it's been a good week. It was like relaxing and chilling
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. And of course, still doing those DBZ Bridge stuff, which has been fun.
Cool.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Oh, and this is some minor news, which I think I should bring up because it's very important.
yeah.
Unfortunately, the anime community is showing their fucking nonsense,
Oh, yeah, that.
being assholes. So I want to address this just very briefly.
Oh, what did they do now? Fuck no.
Apparently, some people are getting voice actress that voices the bunny girl in My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Oh, the racist bullshit.
Yeah,
The
racist bullshit.
And how they're saying she doesn't sound black, and she's a black.
Isn't black enough or whatever.
Yeah, like fuck off, you effing
What-
assholes.
She's
Screw
African
you.
American and she's also, I believe, Hispanic Latina.
She is
Well,
Latina too. Yes,
yeah.
she's black. So I'm not sure what a black person's supposed to sound like. And FYI, I'm black, and I don't talk like what the whatever they're looking for.
Yeah,
like, don't sound black. What the fuck do you mean by that shit?
Yeah,
Maybe they expected the stereotype of jive shit. I don't know.
Yeah, not everyone can sound like Samuel L. Jackson here, folks.
Yeah, not everyone's supposed to talk like cuss words in between sentences or have that edge voice shit.
Yeah.
And they're saying they dislike her, and it's like a thing against the dubs. Like, fuck off.
I heard the clip. Doesn't sound that bad.
It didn't. She's doing a good job.
She's doing a good job. And the character's only on
like
screen for what, a couple minutes?
Like a second, pretty much.
Yeah.
I heard the voice, and I'm like, okay, that kind of matches what I thought she would sound like.
Yeah.
Because that character, I've not gone that far with My Hero Academia, but from like my reaction to that character, I'm guessing, okay, she's like a tough, kind of energetic, kind of like, yeah, come on,
Yeah.
like a gung ho kind of hero. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
she embodies it so far.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I actually tweeted her this morning saying, screw them. They need to realize how ignorant they sound. We all have a way of talking and how we sound. If I talk proper or whatever, that's just how I was raised. You're doing great. And she liked it, and I'm happy. So,
Yeah. I followed her, and she's cool.
Yes.
It's like you can't give props to a male African American actor for playing a
Hawks.
and then
Everyone loved Hawks.
go around and then like criticizing or being racist towards a female African American actress. Like that's just shit and that's just wrong.
It is.
Like, here's the thing, they're voice actors. Don't get uppity about it.
Yeah.
Like they can do whatever voice they're either they whatever voice they're doing or told to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. As long as the director's happy, then
I mean, like, I'm happy with what I'm seeing. So,
mhm.
or hearing, or you
I
know what I
think,
mean.
yeah. And the thing about it is, it's always amazing seeing how you devote yourself to anime is fine and all. But all these anime fans are denying the fact that you do know you speak English in or like American at the end of the day, and that this is a different thing, a culture that we only know like certain information about and
English,
don't.
motherfucker, do you speak it?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I know how to say konnichiwa and daijoubu.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should start speaking German when I get to Germany.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, I'm still speaking English, and I don't speak a lick of German, even though I'm technically a German citizen.
true. And I'm half Chinese, so yeah. And I can only speak a few words in Chinese.
yeah. And I should start talking more gangster and just say, yo, that shit's bad, yo.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I
That's
don't.
the only time I will ever do that shit.
You, you don't need to speak Ebonics here, okay?
Okay.
This is good and treasure around here.
Just
But the thing is, anime fans, at the end of the day, you are what you are. We can respect the culture, we can love it, devote ourselves to it, but know when to not be so ignorant and devote yourself to a cartoon.
Yeah, especially
Be
since
better. Know what you're saying to an actual people. That they are not just these things. They are human lives, and we need to be better as a fandom. That's all I gotta say.
especially since like the actors and actresses in Japan are not African American.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're talking about, but whatever.
Yeah.
Animals be stupid sometimes.
They can be. And of course, it's over My Hero Academia shit they have to act up.
Yeah, well,
Most hip shit right now.
that fan base is spoiled.
They are.
when is a fan base not spoiled?
True.
Yeah, look at Star Wars and the MCU and oh
True.
god, what else is even with some slappy
Don't
films.
fucking get me started with Star Wars.
Oh fuck no.
If
That's
we're gonna get back into riffing, especially with the sequels, especially like with Last Jedi, I got a fucking rant about that about fandoms.
Yeah, because we can actually talk about it then because it will be interesting. We'll pay attention to that film, of course, but if we have anything we want to say then, best to do it.
I'm just gonna like if I'm gonna start a rant during that riff, I will start off as rational as I can be, and then I will just say profane shit.
Fine.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about the movie based on its own merit and how we enjoy it. So
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to apologize, but I just thought that's something that needed to be said. Anything else?
No, preach it, man.
Thanks. I think that's pretty. Oh, and then I guess one minor thing. If you're into this game, The Last of Us 2 came out.
Yes.
I have not played the first one.
Yeah, and apparently everyone's upset. Apparently.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Well, they were upset when it was like announced for whatever reason. I don't know.
I thought they were hitting it because Ellie is
a lesbian.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, I knew about it because like there was like a DLC that pretty much confirmed that yeah, she is lesbian, and then now everybody's throwing their shit about that. And I'm like, what?
All the straight white males probably are.
Because like SJW,
And they're calling it shitty writing. And I'm like, are you calling it shitty writing because of how they messed up how they're doing it, or you're just saying shitty writing as an excuse of homophobia?
Yeah,
pretty much. Fandom showing off they're showing the homophobes and racist and a lot of things. It's fucking It's just fucking amazing. You all reveal this shit online for people to say. It's
maybe a lot of people were just closeted racists and homophobes.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's sad. It's like, get over yourselves. Learn, experience, be rational thinking. Don't just devote yourself to one medium. Learn something. If games or whatever teach you something, it teaches about tolerance and acceptance and learning from your mistakes. Growing.
Dude, that shit's gonna throw over their head, so...
True. So,
people who don't learn are fucking idiots.
They are, and it's so baffling. Like, god damn it, this is 2020. There's like a lot of shit happening. Sadly, the world's kind of burning, and apparently, Seattle's got some an autonomous zone, which is reminding me of something off of Code Geass, and it's just so fucking amazing and shocking.
Yes.
Don't get me started on that shit either. Very frustrated with that. I'll talk about it briefly off the. I am so done. That's my Jeffrey Mant. And if you want to point me out to be like Josh's angry black man thing, it's not that. I'm more calmer and like, yeah.
Josh is angry black man rants or something. If you have not seen his, they are hilariously good.
They're hilariously good, and I can't help but think. So, come on, dude, don't be a scared.
Well,
which is happening.
Let me bring it back to when I was watching Fist of Fury. When I was watching it, I was like, I keep forgetting, like, oh yeah, this is about a little bit about racism, because like the Chinese and Japanese, like, because Japanese like conquered Japan during the 40s or something.
Japan got
and there was like a little bit of racial tension. Like there was like one scene where Bruce Lee like walks to a park and it says no Chinese and no dogs, and they let a dog in.
Oh.
And so Bruce Lee, Bruce, after getting insulted by a bunch of Japanese elitists, he beats the shit out of him, and after beating the shit out of him, he kicks the sign and breaks it.
Yep.
And nowadays, every time I see that scene, I'm like, fuck yeah, Bruce Lee kicking racism in the ass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Astonish you.
I've been getting back into Bruce Lee, like, for some reason.
Yeah, you really are getting stuck on a Bruce Lee stuff. I'm amazed.
Yeah. Because 4 years ago, I was first getting into his stuff. Now I'm just getting back into his stuff.
Okay.
And especially like with his real life, how he went through some racial things, because he's actually partially Caucasian.
Yeah.
He's biracial.
Yeah, like he's like a quarter Caucasian.
Oh, okay.
So he faced racial tensions in both China and America.
Yeah,
especially in America, because he's trying to because America at the time was not ready for an Asian lead, and apparently we're still apparently that's still a thing here now.
Yeah, I mean, what? It was just last year. Oh no, this year, right? That the Parasite got a fucking Oscar, and it was like totally amazing.
Yeah, it was. It's first foreign film ever to win an Oscar.
And now I think the Oscars are trying to improve themselves.
So it was like it had never been done before.
Yeah.
Like, that was just amazing to me, and I'm glad it actually won.
Yeah. I still need to watch Parasite, though.
I still need to watch that movie too.
Yeah, it's good.
Cool.
I mean, the only other thing I've watched with that director was Snowpiercer, and that's a fucking good movie.
Yep.
So I still need to watch Parasite.
Yeah, one of my favorite stories from that movie is when he had to convince Harvey Weinstein and wanted to keep this fishing scene in. And he bullshitted it by explaining, my father's a fisherman and stuff, blah, blah, blah. And okay, so Weinstein lets him, and he admits, yeah, this bullshit. My father was never a fisherman.
Ooh.
because Weinstein's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. But supposedly he'll let family stuff in. Okay, fine. But he just bullshit. So that's like one of my favorite stories from that movie.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
just bullshit, a piece of shit.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's a great director. I like him.
Cool.
Yeah. I still need to watch more of his stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Look at some. Like, there's some really good like Korean films.
Oh wait, he has a movie on Netflix, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he does.
Is it called? I forgot what it was called. There's some name.
Excuse me.
But I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
But yeah. So.
Oh, and I have to correct myself from last week's episode. I thought last week was Father's Day. It's not. Today is Father's Day.
Oh
so
yeah,
wish your dads happy
technically
Father's
it's
Day.
today since it's midnight when we're recording.
Yes.
Yeah.
So wish your fathers, dads, or other figures a happy Father's Day or send them a nice text, which I will do later in the morning. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yep.
Happy Father's Day.
happy Father's Day, happy Dad Day.
Yeah. Or
Drink beer.
Or what Amanda Winley or what's her name?
Yeah, Amanda Winley.
Okay, what she likes to say, Happy Motherfuckers Day.
Oh wow, she really is hard with her language.
Her and Jason Lee disagree.
Yeah, when I was following her, she like said it like every year, and I thought that was hilarious.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've been following her for like used to.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm used to her quirks because she's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like she's outspoken. Never
Yeah,
like
she knows how to
she's in
shut
a good
down.
place.
Yeah, she knows how to shut down Vic and so I guess.
Those a-holes.
Doesn't she grow weed now?
Yeah.
She does.
Well, I know she smokes.
Well, it's legal in California, right?
Yeah, it is. And yeah, speaking of the Vic stuff,
Oh,
yeah,
I will. I try to avoid that shit as possible, but okay.
Yeah, just one brief thing. They did file the reply back to the Court of Appeals, and as expected, it is shit.
It's
It's
broken.
embarrassing bad at the lawyers. They're all like, oh my god, this is terrible. This is worse.
Wow.
This is worse than the hearing briefings.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Well, those lawyers were pretty much incompetent.
Yeah. So, yeah. So the Law Archive Twitter people are just right a field day with it yesterday.
I thought that shit was dead.
It was dead until because they had extensions, they had to formally file their appeals, like their replies, their arguments, etc., etc. Yeah, it's bad. So I read some of it, and I was just like, I did not know what the hell they were going for, but whatever.
I'm amazed, Michael, that you're out of all of us, you're the one that still keeps up with that shit and not.
Well, I keep up with it a little bit sometimes, because I see it. Like, okay, what new shit is going on? Yeah.
Personally, I have to ignore that shit because it's so done. He ain't coming back. He needs to go. He needs to go to London or something. It's over.
Yeah. It's dead fair.
I avoid talking about that in general, so
yeah,
because especially with the bullshit, like with the fighting on both sides, I'm like, oh my god, that's why I'm barely on Twitter, because especially like with the politics now.
Yeah, politics is bad.
It is.
Today, just being on Twitter in general,
it can be exhausting.
Yeah, that's why I'm barely on Twitter. It's fucked on there.
Yeah, it is.
Sadly.
It's a shitstorm. In your face, in your face, in your face.
Yeah.
What?
But then again, I think Facebook is worse because I'm barely on that shit too.
I'm barely
I
on.
really think about deleting it, but whatever.
I'm barely on that, and shit doesn't even happen on there.
Well,
Yeah.
there are a lot more racist assholes on there.
Sure.
I just go on there for memes. So
Not me. I could care less about fucking me.
I mean,
That's the word of the night. I've been saying whatever
whatever.
far too much, as if I'm in the 90s. Whatever.
you just roll your eyes to whatever, like a valley girl.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Watch Clueless. It's still a cult classic.
Clueless or it was in the 90s. I was like, yeah.
That's one of the pinnacle points of the mid 90s. Watching Clueless. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, I'm totally bugging.
Are valley girls still a thing?
You know, no, I don't think so.
Because everything is shit.
It died, right? Just like the surfer dude. Tubular.
Dude, bro.
Dude.
Because I have not heard anybody talk with surfer lingo at all.
Dude, that's totally gnarly.
Bogus.
Totally bogus.
Tubular.
Excellent.
Be excellent together.
I don't know why I'm talking like the guys in Bill and Ted, even though I've never watched
Bill
those
and
movies.
Ted is awesome.
Oh, yeah. The third one coming out.
Yeah, third
Next year.
Third one's coming out.
Yeah.
Let's bring them all back.
Yes. Except for George Carlin because he's dead.
Yeah.
It's like, rest in peace.
Rest in peace. But he's been dead for a long time now, so.
Yes.
About like 10 years. 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah. I only knew about George Carlin. Like the first exposure to him was like he was narrating Thomas the Train.
Oh my god, that was so shocking when I found that shit out this week. I just learned that he was in that Thomas the Tank Engine show, and I'm stunned that was him. He played the little conductor.
Like he was like a narrator for like a few seasons, as well as like Alec Baldwin.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and when I was like a long time ago when I was researching it, I was like, "What? A Beatle was a narrator?" You know, Ringo Starr.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was surprised that one of the Beatles was one of the original narrators.
Oh, for those train segment shows.
Yeah.
Those train episodes, I was Ringo.
I miss Thomas when it was just modeled trains instead of the CG they use now.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was like it was something very nice about it.
Yeah. It's almost like, oh look, the toy trains still moving around.
And then I have a thing for that theme song for the opening. It was just so
Do do
it's so
do 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 do.
yes.
Do
Yes!
do 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 do.
Don't make me cry, please.
That was my shit back in the day.
Don't make me cry.
It's good.
I miss. Yeah, I miss that.
But then again, David the Gnome's opening theme really gets to me in the feels, and I start choking up. This is so...
That's true.
Oh my god,
Such a good show.
it was.
Yeah.
But we've been talking for like an hour, right?
We're like an hour, almost about an hour and 24 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a lot to talk about.
Yeah, for a light news week, we actually filled out a considerable amount.
Thank you, Animorphs. You rock.
Animorphs, DBZ, a little bit, what we're watching, no, good stuff.
Yeah. Crash and some memes with the
Right.
Animorphs. I wish I could show off the Quagmire toilet, but
Yeah, for some reason,
I
too powerful, I guess.
a little too weak, maybe.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's just too powerful.
Yeah, just Quagmire turning into a fucking toilet.
I could believe him being a toilet indeed.
Yeah, I like the Hank Hill because he becomes propane.
I mean, that's basically his stick on that show.
Yeah.
Being broken.
Hi, I'm Hank Hill, and I sell propane and propane accessories.
Propane. Oh
I'm gonna
god.
kick your ass.
Oh man, I like the fact that Hank Hill voices as a prototype on Beavis, but
Oh
it
yeah.
uses that voice.
Originally, in one of the behind the scenes, the Hank Hill was actually supposed to be like the annoyed old guy from Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because of like rights issues, because two different companies that decided, okay, he's a separate character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true, but yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, you said butthead.
Beavis and Butthead.
Uh,
That movie is actually good. It's stupid.
Beavis and Butthead Do America?
Yeah.
I've never watched it.
I watch. I like because like Robert Stack is Bork, and then like stripping. And he says, "Order the cavity search." Like, okay. There's this female. Do these cavity search deep, and I'm like, okay.
well, they had like a clip of Beavis and Butthead and Austin Powers, like when Dr. Evil was trying to like hold the wolf for ransom in the first movie.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like because like the transmission was a bit fucked and yeah, that was fun.
Oh, the world rented for $1 million or $100 million.
$1 million. I used to do a good Dr. Evil impression back in high school.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, it has to be corrected because the world left and $1 billion.
Oh, I've been freaking frozen in a freaking block of ice for 30 freaking years.
Sharks on lasers.
Yeah. All I wanted was sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their heads.
Oh god, that should be a real thing. Just for now.
Oh, right.
Robotic sharks with lasers.
Cool. I shall call him Mini-Me.
Mini-Me, oh god.
Rest in peace, Vern Troyer.
Yeah. Peace indeed.
If you can talk about so vehemently about Austin Powers, baby, then why the fuck did you get on my ass about having a possibility of watching Fan Force Stick? That was my second.
Oh yeah, Fan Force Stick. That's on Disney Plus now.
Yeah.
That is.
That's on Disney Plus now.
Oh yeah, one of the worst movies ever.
Yeah. That is.
But that's all. I mean, I have nothing else to add.
That's evil, all right.
It is.
Yeah, he was like, you're killing me. Put out the worst movie.
Yet, what if it becomes a cult classic status for being such a bad movie?
God, I'd rather watch Green Lantern.
I would just say, I would just say that the people's tastes are bad and they should feel bad.
You should feel bad because it hurts the soul. Basically,
yes, it does. Next to Dark Phoenix, which wasn't that bad.
Well, Dark Phoenix is a movie that at least is decent.
Yeah, it was. It's not the shitstorm everyone thinks it is.
Hey, what the fuck happened to Jubilee? Is she in that movie?
No, she's forgotten.
Of course they forgot about her because she was she was in Apocalypse, and then when they try to go in to save the others, she's gone, and I'm like, what the fuck happened to her?
Oh yeah, that's right. She's barely in it, and she was in it. I forget.
And she was hyped up too, along with like the new versions of Jean Grey, Cyclops, and Nightcrawler.
I remember like that old Dazzler pops. They remote. There's like place. Some reason.
God, those Fox X-Men movies, I like a few of them, but they waste the characters wholesale.
They did
some of them most of the time. Like
they did waste them. All of the characters.
Yep.
Actually, I'll go on.
because a lot of the time they're always concentrating on Wolverine, or if it's
Um,
not about Wolverine, it's Mystique and Xavier and Magneto. But holy fuck, they waste the characters,
I know, yeah,
yeah,
especially the cool ones.
yeah.
yeah,
Just once
sadly.
don't get
But
any done.
yeah, but however, we're going to get a reprieve when they get into the MCU in a couple of years. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, hopefully.
yeah. Have proper just have them have the original roster. Like Cyclops is the main character, like is he
Yeah,
trying to be the leader, and
yeah, because
and
the
then
leader.
have like Iceman, Angel, and a pre-furry beast, and like a novice Jean Grey.
Yeah, before the all OP and like experienced.
Yeah, like before like they got the like the famous one, like the giant sized X-Men
Yeah,
roster, where they got
yeah.
Storm and
Colossus,
Colossus and
Wolverine, Banshee,
yeah.
Star.
Yeah. Start off with like the original roster and then build up and then get a different roster in the second movie.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
that'd
think
be
the
good.
thing is they want to try to be diverse. The big diversity push and everything.
Oh
If
yeah.
it's just all Caucasian people, like, oh,
Oh yeah. I forgot they were all white because it was the '60s.
yep.
Fuck.
So
Yeah,
they're gonna have to switch it up a little.
Yeah.
They'll have to
Yeah.
well, do that.
they'll
And,
have to combine the two classes,
Yeah. They
yeah,
they would have to like.
which is fine. We're not saying we're not racist. We're not racist.
Huh.
We're just saying that they will have to combine it because in the '60s it was all about white and it's a thing.
Because it was like a civil rights movement at the time.
Yes.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, no one was treated right in the '60s, even though the stories for any of the Marvel characters in the
A lot of them
Bronze
were
Age, yeah,
allegories for
yeah,
stuff.
it's
Yeah.
very, it's kind of very hard to read, depending,
Yeah.
except for the Dark Phoenix saga, which is pretty cool.
Mhm.
What
Yeah.
do you think they
I
should
think
like do some race swaps with some of the characters or
I am very hesitant with that shit because they pulled that shit with Fan Stick, and I wasn't really a fan because I'm so used to the fact that Johnny Stone was supposed to be Caucasian. He's supposed to be the pinnacle.
oh yeah, when they cast Michael B. Jordan, I was like, okay, I'm cool with it. I like him. But then
I mean, I liked it. It was interesting.
but
It was
it confused me when they cast Kate Mara because she's white. I'm like, what? You cast a black
Yeah,
actor for Johnny, but a white actress for
Yeah, she was the adopted daughter.
yeah, she said that the doctor. Uh,
yeah.
oh,
I kind of assumed that when they cast their father, and
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I heard that uh what's his name? Josh Trank actually wanted a black actress for Sue, which I kind of makes sense that they're kind of makes a little more sense. So they're actually siblings
yeah,
in that version of the
I
movie.
can see that because in a different, I read in a comic once in an alternate dimension, there is a Fantastic Four where Susan is black.
yes, which would have made sense.
Especially like have them be actual siblings for like Fan Four Stick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they
Mhm.
wanted to be somewhat more accurate with it. Even it's kind of odd, especially with Doctor Doom.
their suits were just awful.
Those were some crappy ass suits.
Like
Mhm.
I know they were supposed to be proto suits, but they fucking look awful anyway.
They did,
Mhm.
sadly.
Because
Yes.
I don't think they like I've now watched the movie and I don't think they would have worn the blue suits. I mean I've seen I remember at the time when they actually somebody photoshopped Johnny Storm's suit to be blue and have the four, and I'm like, okay, that actually looks decent.
Mm.
Yeah.
But sadly, that won't be the case. And as you said about if they'll race swap some characters for X-Men in the MCU, maybe it depends. I mean, they're already gonna automatically have Storm, so there's no point.
Or they could just include Storm in the to be in that roster. Yeah, they could do
Yeah,
that.
they'll change up the roster. Like it's probably going to be Psych. Well, maybe depending on who the characters are, so it's going to be Psych, Jean, Maybe Beast, Storm, Kitty Pryde. Hopefully, Kitty Pryde. She's awesome. We need a phaser. Kitty Pryde is awesome. She is awesome.
Hell yeah.
Again, I'm a major Cyclops Jean Grey fan, but Kitty Pryde is like so fucking. Need her that shit. Let her be the POV character. Give her
or do that like they did with X-Men Evolution.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, teenagers. Yeah.
Like they're all teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
And Rogue can be the goth. Oh my god, a goth Rogue.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Goth Rogue. That'd be a plus.
Give your emo
I mean,
goth
goth.
girl.
Yes, goth. Yes. Yes.
I mean, they kind of made Scarlet Witch goth in the MCU, so
Well,
because she was also goth in Evolution, so I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
All teenagers, that means they can grow up and wondering why we're superheroes. Why are they treating us differently?
Sure.
We're superheroes. We got the costumes and everything.
We
Oh
got
yeah,
cool
like
cut.
even like now like the Avengers are like a little like seen as criminals, and now they're treating the like X-Men as monsters or something.
Yeah, because you're freaks. You have powers.
We're
Thor has
free.
a fucking hammer, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you? Not that they would say the word fuck, mind you.
I mean, they can say it at least once because they're all PG-13.
One fuck.
Yeah, but I don't think they'll go
One.
for it because it's Disney, like kind of because it's Disney, but
Disney. Yeah, it's Disney. Why do we treat Disney with such disdain now? It's the mouse. Why do we treat it with such disdain?
I don't know. People treat it with such a disdain.
Some people do like, oh, the mouse is taking over everything.
Monopoly and shit. I'm like, fucking hell, stop!
Oh,
like,
God.
stop it, you parrots.
Oh,
Squawk,
good.
squawk.
Squawk, squawk.
Yeah, I guess this is a good night.
Yeah, well.
I've been getting all the recordings from our riffs. So like like if this was potentially like the last thing before I start moving, I could just like upload it in time. All the riffs. I just need to come up with the thumbnails. Oh, we need to riff Phantom Menace again because I don't want to I don't think I want to upload our original riff of that.
Yeah,
Just me bitching about how we're all out of sync.
Yeah.
Well, just pick a time, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to. I'll have to like make a thumbnail for that, like as the background while we're like recording over, because I'm not doing any fancy editing with this. Everything you see is live. Like over OBS, so like we're recording over our CJM logo. That's how we do things. We're not fancy editors, which I might do once I get a new computer.
Cool.
Yeah.
Butt hurts. Damn it. Down too much.
Well, it's 10 till 1 at the time of this recording, so should we just pack it up and just stop?
Go for it, Spidey. Yeah.
Alright, but before we do, I need to get one image as we close. So
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if you guys wanna fill up dead air, be my guest.
Watchmen is gonna be out soon. For you want to watch it? I know I do because I'm now curious. Yeah. Watch it.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good show. Go watch it. Yeah, and I went to gym this week, and it was good.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
And I went back to the gym. Safety precautions were there, so it was all good. Yes, social distancing.
6 feet.
Mask. So safe.
Wear your fucking mask, people.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're still in phase 1.
Yeah, this is not conspiracy shit. This is health shit. So if you guys if you guys have like some conspiracy theory like, oh, they want us to wear a mask because X and Y, you're a paranoid schizophrenic fuck. Okay.
They want us to
And I don't have a, and this is me, and I don't even have a psychology degree. Okay. So.
Excuse me.
Okay. So. Here's my image. That's all, bitch. Just have an image of Jesse Pinkman, like from Breaking Bad.
Sweet.
Yeah. I might have that as our closing bit.
Cool.
So yeah, it's in the memes chat. So thanks for joining us in this episode. So I don't know if this is gonna be the last one for now before hiatus, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I could record another episode during the move or somewhere I stay, maybe. But
Maybe.
most likely not. But anyway, that's all, bitch. And until then, stay gold.
Bye.
Everyone.